Well, hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. All right. So, all the big festivities are done, and they say that Americans don't have royalty. Actually, you do. When you look at all the pomp and circumstance and bands and dressing up and dresses and all, the only thing that was missing was tiaras, honestly. And you do. You have American royalty, and you just switched out the words from king to president, and you vote them in. You don't. It's not by birth. But yes, the pomp and the circumstance. I'm actually quite jealous. We don't really have anything like that in Canada, and I'm sure there's something, but it's nothing like, a whole weekend of designer dresses and, this service, that service, this, band and that band and this march, and really actually kind of fun to watch. I guess we're supposed to be made happy with what we've got in the UK with the British royal family. That's our royalty. All right, so let's get to today's reading. And obviously, you've looked at the thumbnail and the title, and you decided, hey, this is something I would like to watch. So let's get to it. And while I'm at it, I don't ask this very often, but when you're watching these, if you're enjoying it, please give it a like, and if you think it's kind of cool, share it with somebody who you think would enjoy all that neat subscriber things. That really helps me out a lot, and the more I see that you enjoy something, the more I will continue to read on that. All right, that's the only way I know, to tell you the truth, is how many likes I get. So let's get to the question. I wanted to really clear these up I'm just using regular old-fashioned rider weight. Was President Biden the true president in the last 4 years? There's been reports coming out that he actually has dementia. I don't know how true they are. Please don't bite that. That is reading. I just want to ask, why not? Was President Biden the actual president in the last 4 years? King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. Well, that's not Biden. He's King of Cups. Well, King of Pentacles is somebody with big, big, big money. Somebody with big money. Was Biden the actual president last year, in the last 4 years? Knight of Pentacles. Okay, well, we got money. The Hierophant. The Hanged Man. Five of Wands. And Two of Pentacles. We got two small pentacles here. I think, listen, this is a puppet. I think there is somebody else. I think sometimes he did what he wanted, though. But I think here's the Hierophant. There was somebody else in charge. There was a teacher in charge. There was somebody else in charge. And here, the Knight of Pentacles, this is inertia. This is standing still, not moving. Look at the Hanged Man, not moving, stuck where you are, kind of a puppet, listening to orders. But I think he fought it sometimes, and then he did what he wanted to do. I think sometimes he did what he wanted. What he took that information, and he struggled with some of it, and sometimes he overrode it. Page of Pentacles here. So there was something going on that they didn't want growth in happening. They wanted things to stay the way they were. So here's this Knight of Pentacles. So here is somebody a little bit higher. Now, it could even be in the Democratic Party, right? I'm not saying there's some kind of conspiracy or anything like this, who was constantly selling and telling him things, what to say, what to do. Temperance. upright. So, yeah, I think that it was a bit of a balance. I think he was, in some instances, stuck with listening to whoever is overlords. And you know what? I think that's in every party. I think that's in every government. I know, like for example, in Canada, we have the Liberal government here, and there it's always about power. And so there's always somebody, you think, oh, the president, that's the final say. No, there's people in like the Democratic Party that have ideas of what for him to say and do and whatnot to keep power for the Democratic Party, not necessarily for Joe Biden per se. So I think here was a blend. I think there was a blend. He was stuck listening to the overlords, what they told him to say. And I think he kind of blended the hermit. Yeah, I think sometimes he went rogue and did what he wanted to do. I honestly do. I don't think he was a puppet the whole time. Um, Six of Swords, the devil. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. He knew he was stuck listening, like, so maybe Nancy Pelosi, or I don't know the hierarchy in the Democratic Party. I really don't. Uh, but it's the hierarchy in the party. I'm not getting this as an emperor or an overlord, that kind of thing. I'm getting that it's somebody. So just think like the Pope is the head of the Catholic Church, right? He's not the Pope of the world, of the Jewish people or the Muslims. He's the Pope of the Catholic Church. So this is the leader of the Democratic Party, the hidden leader, the true leader, the one that wants best for the party per se, maybe not necessarily for what's good for the United States. And some of the things that I think that Joe Biden did were for the party, and some of it was for what he wanted to do. He went rogue and what he thought was best for the United States as president. But he was definitely stuck. He got the devil here, definitely stuck with listening to other people. Now, the Six of Swords here was sometimes he did things just to appease them. Just, okay, I will. Okay, I will. And he knew that if he didn't, something would happen. The Sun, I think he's really happy to be free. I honestly do. I think he's now finally gets to retire, age 80, what, 5 is he? He finally gets to retire, 84, 85. I can't remember how old he is. I know he's in his early 80s. He finally gets to retire and free of people telling him what to do, when to do it, how to dress. I think he's actually kind of really happy to be free, really, with this Sun here. It's like a whole new world for him. I mean, if he's worked his whole life, finally to be free, not to wear a suit every day, not to listen to people. Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups. Knight of Swords. I think there's going to be some kind of offer for a book or documentary or something coming in. High Priestess. He's going to be an outsider. They definitely have no qualms about letting him in on some of the secrets, on some of the things. I honestly think we will see very, very little of Joe Biden, especially when it comes to Democratic Party things. I think, I think that bridge has been crossed, and I think it happened when they brought in Harris to run instead of him. I think both him and Jill got the cold shoulder, and that's him, being butted out and going, okay, get out, we're going to put somebody else in. And I think they may be the ones who walk away from the party. I think there might be some kind of book or offer or some kind of documentary about the secrets that went on. Here's the burden. Um, I think in some respects, some of the things that he did, maybe one or a couple, will eventually bear fruit. some of the things that he worked on will I think eventually, because look at it's with the Democratic Party side, there's some things that he worked on or did will eventually bear fruit. So I don't know what that is, but something that he did for the Democrats will eventually bring in some kind of harvest. Ruin. Wow, the Tower, Ace of Wands, and Judgment, Queen of Pentacles. I think I'm almost wondering if this book or whatever he is. I wonder if it's going to be Jill writes a book about what goes on in the Democratic Party, possibly after Joe has passed away. Maybe that's what this is. They've put away some secrets as a insurance policy. I'm thinking there's some kind of creative idea here. I'm getting that, you know, blasting out the truth, and it's actually going to be ruinous for somebody. For somebody, somebody's going to make some great money off of his presidency. But was he? Did he have an overlord? Yeah, he did. Was it somebody, you know, in the swamp? No, I'm not getting that at all. I'm getting that he was bound by his party. I'm getting his party did some things that was best for the party and possibly not the American people. And I'm getting sometimes he went rogue and he did what he wanted to do anyways, within the bounds of the party. I think either him or I don't know if he will. I wouldn't be surprised if Jill writes some kind of scathing book or does some kind of documentary or something, how he was treated and how the inner workings about how maybe perhaps he wanted to do something and the party wouldn't let him because it wouldn't look good on the party. But I think we're going to see something like that, guys. I think somebody's going to spill the beans here about some of the inner workings. So yeah, so was he controlled? Yeah, but by his own party, not by an outside source. And I know, you know, you might be, somebody might, oh, no, it was China or Russia or no, because we would have gotten the emperor if it was China or Russia, so, or an outside person ruling him. We didn't get that. We only got the Pope. And like I said, I'll explain it again. The Pope is of the Catholic Church, and that's all. It's not the Pope of the Jews or the Pope of the Muslims or the Pope of the Hindus, just of the Catholic Church. So he's a bit minor than the emperor, who is like the king of everything. Versus, so it was just, I think it's the leader of the Democratic Party or the leaders or whoever secretly runs things behind there. Could it be Obama? Some people whispered Obama. Could be. He's still high up in the party. He's still more for the party. Now he's not president anymore, so he doesn't have to be for the American people, but he could be for the Democratic Party to maintain power. So it could have been Obama. Absolutely. Could have been him. But somebody was telling him what to do. And remember, Biden was Obama's vice president. So maybe Obama was telling him, giving him hints and tips and tricks and techniques and whatnot. But there you go. All right. So no big conspiracy, typical politics. We have this here in Canada. Party first, Canadian second. Always will be that way. Same thing in the UK. Keeping power no matter what the cost. Doesn't matter what you're doing for the people. It's the power for the party. And the same thing is happening in the United States. So there you go. That's exactly what happened. All right. Well, thank you very much for spending this time with me. Please take good care, and we'll see you in the next one.